News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A female pedestrian has been struck and killed by a train near Bonner. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Tuesday, August 16th, 2016. Beautiful morning. Sun's just coming up right now. Pretty sunrise, 58 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast sponsored by Office City, celebrating 100 years in business. See them for office supplies and furniture, price match guarantees, and free next-day delivery. Our top story this morning, an unidentified woman was struck and killed by a train near Bonner late yesterday afternoon. Jeremiah Peterson with the Missoula County Sheriff's Office said the initial call came into 911 about 6:15 yesterday evening.
Deputies and medical personnel responded to the area next to the old Milltown Dam, where an eastbound train struck a pedestrian on the railroad track, and she was subsequently killed.
As Peterson said, details are sketchy as the investigation into the woman's death is in its initial stages.
It was a female. She's not been identified at this point. The coroner is still investigating, and we really have no further information at this point in the investigation as it's ongoing.
Peterson said personnel from Montana Rail Link responded to the scene. There were two accidents involving trains in 2014. 57-year-old Richard Schmitz was killed April 5th of that year in an accident in the MRL train yard. And in August of 2014, a 22-year-old man had his foot nearly severed while he was trespassing in the train yard. At the time, MRL spokesperson Linda Frost commented on the incident, saying, Montana Rail Link is adamant about the safety of the public and adamant about keeping people away from our operations. We take trespassing very seriously, end quote. Two people are dead in an apparent murder-suicide in Butte. Butte Silverbow Sheriff Ed Lester says a man called 911 about 8 o'clock Monday morning to report he has shot his wife to death. When officers arrived, they found the 36-year-old woman dead from a gunshot wound to the chest and a 41-year-old man dead of a gunshot wound to the head. Officers have not released their names. Lester says the weapon involved was a high-powered rifle. A 28-year-old North Central Montana man has been found guilty of negligent homicide in a hit-and-run outside a Sunburst bar that killed one man and injured two others. The Great Falls Tribune reports jurors in Toole County found Charles Jeffrey Santoro guilty in the August 2013 death of Jeremiah Levi Rowell. He was also found guilty of 2 counts of criminal endangerment in his trial, which wrapped up on Thursday. Prosecutors said the two men got into a fight during which Rowell challenged Santoro's status as a military veteran. Witnesses said Santoro exploded, went outside, and apparently damaged Rowell's vehicle. The ensuing fight ended when Santoro backed his pickup truck over Rowell. Tiffany Rowell and Justin Gallup. He then drove forward and ran over one or two of them again. District Judge James Haynes scheduled Santoro's sentencing for October. A camping trip near Rexburg, Idaho turned into a horrifying nightmare for a young family when their little girl was attacked by a mountain lion on Friday. Idaho Fish and Game spokesman Greg Lusinski explains.
A family was attending a reunion and had lots of small children that were taking part. And at one point in the evening, a lion that had been seen in the area earlier decided to try and reach out and grab one of these small children. The lion did do so. Some of the adults present were able to scream and chase the lion and have it drop the child.
The lion grabbed 4-year-old Kelsey Butte, but was quickly chased into nearby trees, where it was later found by Madison County Sheriff's Office hounds.
The lion only went a matter of feet with the child because, again, they were all very close. And as far as the injuries, the child did have multiple scratches and bites, but nothing that required any extensive medical treatment or even stitches. The Madison County Sheriffs did shoot the animal, and the animal is being tested for rabies just as a precaution.
The family opted to stay on their camping trip, and little Kelsey was actually seen playing in the same area Saturday afternoon and doing well. Lusinski says mountain lion attacks are very rare and that there is only one mountain lion-related fatality in the Intermountain West every 7 to 8 years. A commercial building in Great Falls has been destroyed by fire. The Great Falls Tribune reports an employee of Gerber's of Montana's Machine and Fabrication was working on his personal vehicle in a shop Sunday afternoon when sparks from a grinder ignited the fuel line on the truck. The fire spread to the main building. Great Falls Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Bob Shoup said the building's roof burned through very quickly and was hot enough to twist metal supports inside the building. Shop manager Barry Garber said the company had planned to use the building for its new fabrication shop but hadn't completely moved in. However, a new $500,000 piece of equipment was destroyed by that fire. 39-year-old Angela Knox appeared in Missoula Justice Court yesterday, charged with felony assault after admitting to law enforcement that she struck her boyfriend with a garden tool, causing injury. Deputy County Attorney Brittany Santorno asked Judge Marie Anderson for $10,000 bail.
This defendant caused injury to her victim's head by hitting him with a garden hoe blade. There was a significant amount of blood coming from the injury when deputies responded. Additionally, she admitted to hitting this victim. She has no criminal history to speak of, and no impairment was noted in the report.
After noting that Knox had no criminal history and was not impaired during the incident, Judge Anderson released her on her own recognizance, ordering her to have no contact with the victim. In another Justice Court case yesterday, 22-year-old Washington State resident Titus Pasqua was charged with felony criminal endangerment and misdemeanor DUI after driving the wrong way on I-90 for several miles, causing at least one vehicle to swerve onto the shoulder to avoid a head-on collision. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Santorno explained the charges to Judge Anderson.
This defendant was found to be going the wrong way on I-90, and at least 4 people called 911. The prosecutor is waiting for additional witness statements. There may be additional charges regarding this matter.
Santorno said that Pasqua was asleep when he was arrested in his vehicle by the side of the road. Santorno detailed Pasqua's criminal history and asking for bail for the Washington resident.
He is 22 years old, but does have a negligent driving in the second-degree conviction from last year out of Washington. Additionally, his passenger was arrested on a no-bond warrant out of Washington. Given that he has no ties to Montana and that he presents a clear danger to the community, we'd be requesting bail in the amount of $15,000.
Anderson set bail at $5,000 and required Pasqua to remain in Missoula County and appear in court again August 29. Traffic was backed up yesterday morning on Orange Street as police, highway patrol, and firefighters were all called out to a 5-car pileup. Missoula City firefighter Brent Myers was one of the first responders.
We responded to a call of a 5-vehicle accident on the intersection of 6th Street and Orange. On arrival, we found 5 vehicles with pretty significant front end and then side impact damage. One driver had ran the intersection on 6th Street, colliding with 2 vehicles that pushed them into oncoming traffic. Pretty significant damage to all vehicles.
Although there were no serious injuries, an ambulance was on site.
We had one female with 2 small children that were transported via the ambulance service with the small issues, but just with her 2 children being underage. She wanted to make sure they were in had the best care. As far as the other parties involved, they all declined medical treatment. It was basically just a lot of superficial stuff and just sore neck and stuff like that.
The pileup took about an hour to get all cleaned up, much longer for police to investigate the causes of that crash. Our News Talk Times 6:13.
News Talk KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Plenty of sunshine today with our high temperatures in the mid to low 90s. We stay in the 90s with sunshine on Wednesday. Cooler temperatures Thursday. Daytime highs will be in the mid-70s with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.